Okay. Good morning, good day. However, whenever you're listening to this is special because we're doing it Saturday morning at 6:30. Who in their right mind would do a podcast at 6:30 in the morning? Well,
Exactly.
my guest is, and when you hear what she is able to help you with, you'll understand why. So, Angela, tell our viewers who you are, what you do, and who you serve.
Perfect. My name's Angela Williamson. I work for Outreach Educators and Installers. And what we do is we install the caption telephone services. But before I get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about who I am and why that's important to me.
Please.
I have a master's in positive psychology, which is a very kind of odd psychology. We're used to the old school psychology, but positive psychology is about thriving and flourishing wherever you're at, whatever stage you're in your life, wherever you are in your life. And so that's a belief that's very ingrained in me. So as we age, we go through different steps, different stages. And with that, I believe that people can still thrive. They can still flourish. They can still enjoy every day of life. And so that's why I do what I do. That's why the caption telephones and CapTel is so important to me.
You know, when I understood what you did, and my mom's 94, and so she's up in Virginia. So I call her every Saturday, same time, try to be predictable. And so many times she doesn't pick up. She can't hear it. She doesn't know. And then we as a family, if she listens to this, she's going to know what we're doing.
You're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I may be in trouble, but what the heck. So there was one time I had her on for 17 minutes and 32 seconds.
Yeah.
I called all my brothers and sisters. I said, I got the record.
Yeah.
Because for some reason that day, it was clicking.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but we were talking about various things. So most of the time, our biggest frustration, we finally got her off a flip phone into an iPhone, but it was like jumping from one problem to the other because even the phone is on, it's sitting there, it goes, it's like we don't know what we don't know. And as seniors, I love the fact that you bridge the communication to our family. And we all like, Mom, the quality of your life is your connection and communication with your family. So the easier we can make to communicate, the better. So I'm curious how did you get in this?
Well, I honestly was looking for a job that had flexibility while I was in school, completing my master's. And I knew the minute that I started talking to CapTel that it was a right fit, that when I could work with a group that had a need, and that need is very significant. I just installed a lady's phone the other day that was from England. She had lived here for 50-something years. Her children were here, but all of her family, her brother, her cousins, everybody's still in England. And she could not hear to be able to conversate with them. So I installed this phone and I said, let's try and call England. Let's just see. Do you have anybody you can call? Let's just see how it goes. She chose to call a cousin because the husband had been sick recently. She wanted to see how that was. She places the call and her entire face changes. Her entire demeanor changes because she can hear them. She can see what they're saying. She's no longer having that gap in communication. It relieves like anxiety, depression, isolation. And those are such fundamental things that we see with some of our older population because they're now, maybe not physically able to go to church anymore or not physically able to go out anymore. And so that connection point is critical. And that's why I say we bridge that gap. And then also people that have hearing aids, my mother is one that has her hearing aids and she says they make her ears itch. And, while she wears them during the day, when she comes in the evening, the first thing she does is pulls them out.
Yeah.
Well, our phones have a speaker system that is so technologically advanced in clarity that she
Mhm.
can talk on the phone and not have to hit the hearing aids.
Right.
Yeah, and so we deal with things like tone deafness and tinnitus, and we set up the phone for those specific things because it's important that people be able to hear all aspects. My father, before he passed away, he had tone deafness, and it was
Mhm.
funny because he could hear me, he could hear mom, but he could not hear his granddaughter, my daughter, and it's
Mhm.
because the pitch of her voice was so much higher. And so whenever she would talk, he would look at me and he'd be like, "What is she saying?" And I'd be like, and he couldn't understand why. And so these phones, they regulate that. CapTel is one that, like I said, we've put the money into the technology to make sure that it's there for the end user, and that's what we do. So that's the passion of when I walk into somebody's home, and when I leave, I know that they can have a conversation and hear their kids, their friends, their doctor's offices. That's a huge one.
Yes.
You get some of these receptionists and they're trying to make your appointment and they're talking 900 miles an hour.
Yes.
It takes that, and it takes out that unknown factor, and it's that unknown a lot of times that builds fear in a person. And we don't want our seniors to have a fear. We want them to have that clarity that they need.
Yeah,
So.
that's
Mhm,
so powerful. The
mhm,
quality of
mhm.
your life is that communication. And if you, at a certain age, that gets severed, we
Right,
know what happens,
right. There's
because you feel isolated, you feel
Yep,
alone, you
yep.
feel, and so that spirals
Mhm.
so much. So I could talk about this all day.
I know.
I want you to say, because we got a big event coming
Yeah,
up. And I
absolutely.
want you, because people are going to want to know, hey, man, I want to talk to this Angela. So,
Yes.
so let's talk about what's
Mhm.
coming up
Yep.
August the 1st.
Mhm.
So people can, one, come there to talk to you about it,
Mhm.
because I'm sure people have to have questions. I mean, it's just human
Absolutely.
nature. So go
Yeah.
ahead and share that.
I am so excited about this event. I'm just going to tell you. I think that it's being put on by ASCNN, which it stands for Atlanta Senior Care Community, or Atlanta Senior Care Network Niche. And
Hmm.
to me, to have an organization that focuses on seniors, but all aspects. And
Yep.
so this event you can see is being called Made Whole. And I love that because
Mhm.
as we age, a lot of times we get stuck in two areas: physical and financial. We kind of look at those two because that's what's impacting us. But there's so many other areas of a person. So that's where that whole comes in.
Mhm.
So we have like social, spiritual, emotional, occupational, which you may be retired, but that's now what is that purpose later in life?
Mhm.
Environmental and intellectual. And so when we look at a person and we actually are supporting all aspects of their wholeness, every one of those 8 areas, there's a fundamental shift in who they are and how they feel about their life. And to me, event has captured that. That's why I'm so excited about it, because they pulled from their network people that fit every single niche of this event. And that's amazing. That does so much for a person, for their caregivers, for their family, that support network that we all need, regardless of our age. We all need a support network. And so this event actually bridges those gaps and
Mhm.
allows us to ask qualified people that know their industry and know their areas well, very well. That's what they're specialized in. To be able to really come together and educate you and help inform you and change the way that you may be doing some things in your life into a better focus. Just like CapTel, we love being able to show you our demo phone. We love being able to talk to the people and hear how that may make a difference in their life, and that's important to us. And so that's why I'm excited about the event, quite frankly.
Yeah, I agree with you
Mhm,
1000%. That's the first time I've seen in a long time the
mhm.
eight
Me
dimension
too.
of wellness, because there's that wheel is so important to understanding the balance that we need from the emotion, the spiritual, the physical, the all the different areas that there. That's what makes a person whole. If you're lacking one area, you're not whole. So if you're just in your world, if their communication with their family is severed by the ability to communicate through different, like my mom's up in Virginia and I'm down here. She has a son in Florida. She has one in Charlotte. So that's really the reality, because they're all scattered all over. So we have to be able to have that bridge of communication. And if you don't, their health will decline. It's just a known fact. So for our viewers, this QR code will give you to an Eventbrite. Now, what is that? That will remind you that there's an event at August the 1st, 10 o'clock at Church of the Apostles from 10 to 2. Put it on your calendar, register. That way you're going to get a text to remind you, because we all need reminders. I mean, we got a busy. So share this with communities, share this with people that can benefit. There's 50
vendors,
that all have different elements of the made whole concept that are going to help you. So you say, hey, well, I'm busy that day. Well, clear your schedule, clear it, and be there, because you're not going to have another opportunity to be in front of 50 people. Get your answers to your questions. Go around. They'll all have the information. Like Angela, I'm sure she's going to be doing demos. She's going to be sharing how you can implement this in your family to improve that communication. And that improves the quality of the life of every family member, not even just the senior, which is so cool. So I'm going to put I want you to tell our viewers, so this could go out on the audio too. So how can people get a hold of you? Because we're going to have you back at a longer podcast.
Perfect.
And a little bit further too. I love what your master's is in. That's phenomenal. And I love what you're doing in the senior community to really improve the quality of the life of our seniors. So to our viewers, how can they get a hold of you?
The easiest way is, you see a phone number at the bottom here, 678-646-7374. That is my business line. You are welcome to call me directly. You can text me if you text. Either way, whatever works for you, that's perfect. I will definitely be at the event myself on August 1st. I think I'm booth 38. I'm not sure, but I think that's where I'm at.
I'm 40. We'll be right there together.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
You'll see a big blue, blue table banner with CapTel on it. I would love to speak with each one of you individually and just embrace where we're at in life, and just know that you're not in this journey alone, that you have a support network, and that through ASN or ASCNN, I've got to get my initials right, and Made Whole, that we're there for you, and we want to be. So,
well, I want to thank you for taking. This is Saturday morning. Half of our community is sleeping in. They're like asleep, but you're up because I know why you're up. You're passionate about.
I am. That's exactly right.
Seniors, and letting them know, because what we don't know, we don't know.
Exactly.
I didn't know that's it. Because my mom's gonna get this, or my sisters are gonna get this, and my brothers are gonna get it. To be able to see how we can improve the communication.
Absolutely. And we are a national company, so we can install anywhere in the United States. So we do.
Wow, this is super cool. Okay. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate you being on, and we'll have you back, and we're going to go a little deeper into your story.
Absolutely.
Impacting and making such a difference in the senior community.
Thank you so much.
You bet.